So for a while now, there has been a very determined commenter who has repeatedly asked for Panther plus real Velociraptor, not just in my comments, but in the comments of other SAP channels as well. So here we go, I'm finally going to deliver some Panther plus real Velociraptor runs. I feel like I must have used that combo before somewhere, but I just can't be bothered going back and trying to trawl through all the videos to find it. So first run here, we're going to have a few different runs in this video, 2 main runs and then there'll be a couple of shorter clips at the end. I was focusing here on going for Panther plus the sniping perks. I think they're just generally more interesting because they can produce some pretty amusing looking battles. Early doors facing double dung beetle plus Anubis, but they haven't quite got off the ground yet. They've got the farmer chicken instead of the much better corncob pets. So we do actually win in this round. And I think here I've got the stork because one of the ways I was trying to get the Panther was taking the stork all the way to turn 11 and then pilling it. Although I'm not sure how many times I actually managed to get the Panther from that method, but you know, it's worthwhile because the stork could end up becoming a flounder or some other powerful tier 5 unit. I guess cow is another good one that you can get. Although we are planning on using the sniping perks instead of the defensive perks, it is obviously very beneficial to have high stats on the Panther. Otherwise, it tends to get removed before the sniping perk has a chance to go off. So here we take the Fig, and the Panther does manage to knock out the flounder at the back of their team, although I'm not sure if we're going to manage to scrape a win here. Probably not. Yeah, we get Seagull from the Stork. Maybe I should have taken Seagull out of the pack, but I think I was maybe using it to try and farm Fig for free. So we take Skunk, and that's obviously going to help give the Fig a better chance to actually work. Fun team here from Matchman with the double squid at the front. Everything gets inked, but yeah, not much else going on besides that. Yeah, just taking whichever food I can. Unfortunately, not really hitting any of the good stuff, but there we go. We finally get a chicken leg. And we're just going to try and get the skunk up to level 3 so that the Panther can potentially one-shot things with the multiple Fig snipes. This looked like a team that we could beat as soon as it came up on screen, but I think, yeah, without knocking out the German Shepherd, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, it's going to be a 1 HP loss. Yeah, okay, we're going to go for the level 2 Panther before we go for the skunk. Maybe I could have taken the alpaca there to get an extra level on the skunk, but we find the real Velociraptor. So hopefully the Panther is going to survive, and then it gets two attacks with the Fig. And this looks like it's going to be a perfect round. They have a low attack unit at the front, so we do get 2 reps with the Fig. However, the black bear has been fed so many times that everything gets reduced to 1 HP, and then the rhino can counter sweep. So yeah, I thought that was going to be an instant win, but not so fortunate. Now we could take another real Velociraptor separately here in the hopes that we get 3 activations from the Fig. Unfortunately here on turn 14 it's a axolotl spam team. Hopefully this is going to be fixed in the next patch. So that's a life gone. But I guess, you know, you expect that. I guess we got lucky earlier facing the dung beetle team that hadn't got online. And yeah, I'm going to get rid of the cat now. The Panther is almost maxed out on health, and we'll take the sunfish instead to hopefully reduce the equipment on the opposing team and therefore allow the Panther to get lots of snipes off. And here we go. We almost completely delete this team with the Panther, although they do resurrect a bunch of stuff with the summoning pets. It's a victory. So Sunfish, yeah, now it's an even turn, so we're going to get rid of it and we'll take Sock plus Puma. Any health reduction we can get is going to improve the effectiveness of the 4 damage Fig snipes. Now, this looks like a pretty strong team. We actually lose the Fig because of the Frostwolf, But then, of course, the real Velociraptor is going to bring it back. So we lost the full set of activations there. But even so, it's going to end up being a victory for the single Panther with Fig. Alright, so the next logical step from there would be to go for Panther plus Tomato, which is a bit higher damage, although it does have the disadvantage of always hitting the backmost unit. So taking all the health reduction isn't quite as effective. But I am going to take Kraken. I was trying to mix it up, alternating between different methods of stat reduction to try and keep these games kind of distinct. Fairly easy win here with the, I think it looks like we got level 2 rock from a Stoat Cell. So we're going to go for the Panther level first. And if we're going for the wide stat reduction with Kraken, obviously the mana from the rocks is going to be that much more effective as we face Infected Player going for a fun Giant Squirrel Strawberry team. But yeah, the Mana Snipe takes care of the last Sparrow. Again, we end up getting Cat. I think Cat was basically my main source of, was basically my main route into having a heavily scaled Panther, which was going to be able to survive multiple hits. We do take the Ambrosia, not really taken on Panther very often, but of course, with it doubling, I guess tripling the damage reduction there, it actually took 0 damage from the first attack. So a couple of candy floss on the Panther and the Kraken. Obviously the Panther does lose some health from the Kraken's ability, but the Kraken retains all its health. As long as we just have enough health so that we're not getting removed at start of battle, I think that's probably going to be good enough. So now we get the real Velo, and yeah, we're just going to go for the level 3 Panther. And I think I'm just going to put Tomato and everything. Unfortunately, we then face this team that turns the Panther into a rock, and so we don't get to see the effect go off. I think we were going to get one shot there anyway, so we weren't going to see the real Velo activation unless, except as a result of the ailment. So now I take a second Panther to try and increase the chances of actually seeing the multi-hit Tomato go off. And it works perfectly here. We do delete 2 units at the back, however, the Panther didn't have enough health to survive. Maybe Kraken wasn't the best choice in the end, but I suppose we can just hope that that there'll be a low attack unit at the front. So here's an example of a team where we do end up facing a lower attack unit, and then the Panther deletes everything, causing the Pelican to spit out the salmon. Funny interaction there. And yeah, Amargasaurus I took just to try and refill the Panther's health and increase the chances of getting the multiple Tomato Snipes. Here's Swift. This actually looks like a random pack. It would be interesting to know if that's what Swift was doing there. But always nice to see. I think I'm just going to end up buying nothing but tomatoes now. And just crossing my fingers for a good opponent. And it's a summon team. This is just absolutely glorious. German Shepherd and Spino get immediately deleted. The Spino does come back, but then the second volley of Panther Snipes removes everything. And it's nothing but 1 Lioness and 4 smaller slimes. Super satisfying round. And then lastly, we'll look at a couple of additional runs, just the final few turns. So here we max out the Panther's health on turn 14, but it's only a level 1 Panther, so we're not going to get many tomato triggers. Although here we do eliminate the Jerboa. The second furthest back unit has Melon and so survives. I think here maybe I scaled the camel up a bit too much. Although I guess we are on lethal, so When in those situations, you just can't really be choosy. But here's a shark team. Looks like a free-to-play squad. So the shark gets deleted, the panther gets the tomato back, and then knocks out the turkey. I always think it's funny when you get to see the zombie flies spawning behind the fly itself. So yeah, the panther doesn't even get knocked out in that particular round. And since the panther's on max HP already, we can just safely get rid of the cat. We do get the level 2. And then Red Dragon to get rid of equipment on their side, and hopefully the panther will be able to delete them. Big time roll team with 50-50 Mana Hound. But the panther this time level 2 does a lot more damage, and the Ammonite is left with nothing to transform. And then we've got one extra game here, which we'll just jump straight into a battle on. This is one where we have a very, very low statted team. And I think, yeah, this time it's another one of these Pelican teams. The Pelican didn't actually swallow anything there because I don't think anything had strawberry. But with the level 2 flashlight, the Panther is suddenly a lot bigger, so we have a better chance of actually getting to see this combo go off. Now I think... yeah, we don't have the real Velo yet. It's turn 11, so we could find it in the shop. Maybe I'm going to give up on the Kraken that's frozen here. And then I end up facing this Tanned team, which you don't see very often. And it's new Leviathan, so not quite as scary as the old one. And now we're on 9 wins, and we get the level up into the real Velo. So we get a chance to actually see the combo in action at the last minute. Yeah, obviously I could have greed and take it. I could greed and take the skunk for level 3, but I think that increases our odds of winning. Whereas we'd rather draw so that the real Velo gets a chance to actually do something. Yeah, just rearrange a bit so real Velo doesn't get sniped in the backline spot. And unfortunately, it gives me this squad, which is all stats and no summons, so it doesn't really produce a very satisfying battle. And maybe you can see why I would put that in the bonus clips instead of the main run.